CTV Channel 6 is proud to present the Roundtable. What's happening in the city, what's going to be coming up in the city. Roundtable gives us a chance to sit down with some celebrities, public officials, people who are important to the community.
In my fifth term.
Yeah, it worked out. 5.5 months as the sheriff.
We're a public agency.
We needed a program where we could have a little more in-depth time, find out more about them, who they are, what they're doing, find out what their thoughts are, and let you have a chance to get to know them a little better. Another edition of the Roundtable. My name is Paul Dingeman. Glad to have you along. As always, we have a very interesting guest that we can take a little more time with and talk about some important subjects. That is no different today. Let's welcome the Superintendent of the RESA School District, Mr. Dan Degrow. Welcome to the Roundtable set. This is your first appearance here.
It is.
We're glad to have you along. There's a big celebration going on in Marysville along Range Road to celebrate 50 years of a establishment called RESA now, which was originally called the Intermediate School District.
Right.
Talk to me about how intermediate school districts got started.
Well, it was 50 years ago, as you said, and initially they focused just on two areas. One area was vocational education, and the other area was special ed for severely impaired. And those are two things that economy of scale dictates that it's better to do on a countywide basis.
Okay.
Smaller districts like Memphis, Algonac, Yale, they can't offer a breadth of programs. So that was the original thought, and since then we've grown into other things, and we still have kept that part of our mission. And from there, it's gone on. And of course, in 1976, the voters approved the millage and the building of those buildings out on 499 Range Road.
499 Range Road. So 50 years later, it seems like a lot has changed?
Well, yes and no. Our core missions have solidified, but we've added a lot. We still have, we have 800 kids in our voc ed programs. And we have about 180 kids who attend Woodland. They're severely impaired students for the county. But we now do technology for the whole county. We own the network. We own a nature center. We employ a variety of teacher consultants who work with teachers to improve the education. We charter schools. We chartered the Blue Water Middle College.
Right.
We've chartered the Virtual Learning Academy, which has 200 kids. It's for kids who have dropped out. We have over 300 kids a year who drop out in the county. And they go to school there 5 hours a week, but they do 25 hours a week online.
Wonderful.
And we're up to around 215. This is the start of our third year. 215 kids have graduated. And so our mission there is the kids who do drop out to get them back in.
How do you find out who they are and where they are?
Well, that's the beauty of RESA. We have a record, and when kids drop out, we are notified. And our arrangement with the local schools is they have 30 days to convince them it was a mistake. And then we send them letters, try to convince them that life will be bleak.
So if in fact they work with the internet to do some of their studies, are they going to the library? Or do they have internet capacity
we have to
at
provide
home,
that. If they have, we have. If they don't have it, we provide the.
Wonderful.
That's part. We also provide a computer.
Oh, great.
And if they don't have access.
Because that's an important group of people.
Well,
that
it
fall
is.
through
One
the
of the
cracks.
One of the things they talk about in our county is, the number of people who don't have jobs.
Right.
Often. Well, and who goes to college and who doesn't. The kids that go to college, a lot of them don't come back. Kids that drop out, pretty much they all stay here. And so we want to make sure that kids who are staying here have a chance. And that high school diploma is, it's an entry key to get into the game. And so, we're proud of the school and the fact that we've got, I think it's around 215 kids. We have 198, I believe it is right now, that are in there. And the other, we're different. We don't say enrollment starts the day after Labor Day.
No.
You come anytime. You go through a boot camp, so to speak, to teach you how to be an online learner. You're assigned a mentor, and they have caseloads of not more than 50. They're certified teachers. And one of the things that's interesting with that school is the kids who dropped out universally have one thing in common for the most part, and that is they didn't feel any adult identified with them or really cared. And it can be a lonely place if that's how you feel.
That's correct.
And so these kids, we make sure there's an adult who they know cares.
Let's go back to some of the other things that you do. You
Yeah.
mentioned woodlands. People
Yeah.
drive by woodlands and they
Yeah.
probably don't realize exactly what happens there. There's miracle things happen there.
Miracle. Well, it's a very special place. The kids at Woodland obviously weren't dealt a great hand in life. Their IQ's below 50. But they're a great group of kids. If you go in and talk to them, and they embrace life to the fullest. And it's expensive. We employ therapists, speech therapists, physical therapists. The state dictates for every 8 kids we have a teacher. Above that we have aides. But there are kids who from 0 to 26 can be there. Most of them come around 4 or 5 and they stay till 26.
What happened 50 years ago before woodlands?
You've got
You stayed
me.
at home?
Well, that's a good question. I was 10. I don't really know what they did. I assume local school districts did something. In the 70s, Michigan passed the law, universal special ed, 0 to 26. Most states are 3 to 21.
Okay.
We do more, and it costs a lot more because the first few years are awesome because that's if you catch things with kids, you can help some of them. The last 5, I don't know, but how much value it has in terms of education, but we can get them ready for the rest of their life. Since then, we've centralized, and it can be very expensive to educate these kids, especially starting in the 70s. And that's probably why we went to a county-wide thing at that point, because one of these kids, say Memphis, it could kill the district cost-wise.
Right.
And so the kids who are impaired mentally come to Woodland, and it's like I said, it's a very special place.
You also said that over the years you've centralized a lot of services for outside districts, other districts within the county.
Yeah.
Give me some examples of those kinds of
Well,
things.
in the last 5 years, we've gotten, at the request of the state, we do payroll for a number of districts, including East China schools.
Wow.
We do payroll for the county government.
Really?
Yes. Checks are handled, and we do all their payroll. It says St. Clair County on, but they're done by RESA. We do HR for Algonac, Croslex, Memphis, KPAC. Business
Marvelous.
office we run in Memphis.
That's got to be saving a lot of money for these districts.
Well, we hope so. And because we're experts like in a human resource department, our people can do more. So, yeah, we're doing that. We do the technology for Marysville and KPAC. We are their technology department. They pay us extra to have us be it. In other words, the people who make their decisions are RESA employees, and they have RESA backup for our technology department, which is large because, again, I said earlier, we run the network. We're hooked up to every school building of the county, every library, and other building, college. We probably have a cable or a wire that runs right by this studio, probably.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the line that goes by the building here. Wasn't it your predecessor, Mr. Cammie, that was instrumental in running a fiber optic cable throughout the county, and
Yeah.
what a wonderful progressive
And I know
step.
about it because I was in the Senate at that time.
Right.
And I helped him secure a lot of, back in a different era.
Right.
There was government funding, and we were successful in getting a lot of federal money, some state money, and a little bit of what was in the ISD.
Right.
And Joe put together a network and connected all the buildings. We're one of the few ISDs or RESAs in the state that own the network and had it put together long ago.
So that's proved out to be
It's an
very
advantage
successful.
because when we want to do something as a group, the 7 public schools, we have the resources at hand to do it.
You've just had an announcement with the Detroit DTE Energy. I
Yeah.
think they changed their name to DTE Energy recently, about an exciting development on your campus.
It's still Pine Knob to me, though, the theater. But that's a joke between us old people.
That's right.
Sure. We have a large field to the south of our vocational school.
Right.
It's on the west end of campus. And they're putting up a huge number of solar panels. And the energy is going to go into the grid. They're going to pay us $15,000 a year.
Nice.
And they're putting in a smart board type thing in for our alternative energy class we run that will show how much energy is being generated and becomes an educational tool. First, it looked like a graveyard, but it's coming along.
It's coming along.
And in mid-November, we expect it'll be open, and that power will go to the grid. They have a goal, I think by 2020, they have to have 20% of the power in the state generated by alternative energy. And we're like the 5th school district in the state they've dealt with. And They like the visibility. They want the public to know they're doing it. And it was a large field, and there are no trees.
Right.
So it was a good location. We worked it out with them, and it's going up as we speak.
It's always sunny in St. Clair County, so it'll work out fine.
I don't know about that, but there are no trees. So to the extent that there is sun, they'll be getting it. They thought it was a good location.
While we're talking about that campus, it's adjacent, though, that solar field is adjacent to a building organization called Tech.
Our vocational school.
Tell me more about that and what happens in that building.
Well, there's 800 students, 400 juniors, 400 seniors. They come half a day, so half in the morning, half come in the afternoon. We offer 19 different programs. Some are duplicates. For example, we offer health. There are 3 sections, and each section has 24 kids. So there we have almost 75 kids in the morning and 75 in the afternoon because there's so many jobs in health. I think we have 2 sections in auto engine repair. The others are singles, digital media, welding, mechatronics, culinary. And we have waiting lists in probably 2/3 of our programs.
Marvelous.
And our kids get jobs. 85% are employed, 70%, almost just under 70, are going to school. So the number of kids that are either going to college or working is over 90%. We're working, getting the exact number. My guess is around 95. And so our kids have futures. They're being trained for jobs that exist, jobs that pay well, and they're being trained on the equipment they'll see in the shop. And so it's a great program, and it's the type of thing nationally they're talking about that we need to do more of.
Right.
And it's not that kids shouldn't go to college. We also run Know How to Go, which is a program to get kids. But at Tech, the motto is career ready, college ready. And so our kids have choices. A couple of years ago, we had the national champion in metal machinery. And, he was 18, obviously. And Swiss government paid for him to spend the summer in Switzerland.
No.
Tried to recruit him. He ended up taking a job in Southern California, $80,000 a year starting salary, and they're paying all of his college tuition.
Marvelous.
So this is a young man who was 18, making $80,000 and getting his college paid for. And so we've had 37 national champions in the last 37 years.
It's wonderful.
This last year we had 2. So I think in the 10 years I've been there, we have like 14 nationals and runner-ups and so on. Per capita, we may be doing the best in the country. I don't know, we haven't checked, but for a county of 170,000 to have that many medalists at the national level, it's an honor. It speaks well for the kids, their families, and our faculty.
You mentioned that those kids come in for half a day.
Half a day
so
for 2
they
years.
come from home schools, Algonac to Cape
all the way. All 7 school districts that are part of us, they come for half a day. And the slots are distributed based on how many students you have at high school. And, Port Huron Northern gets more than Memphis, for example, that type of thing. But they all get at least 1 in each program. And we change programs from time to time based on where the jobs are and where the student interest is. Television drives it to some extent. There's a lot of chef shows on now.
Yes.
And we have a lot of kids want to be chefs. So our culinary arts is popular. Digital media, which is all the skills for radio, television, creating a website, production of films, everything that goes into a game, if you want to make games someday.
Right.
And that's real popular with students also.
And it's a great opportunity for the student who thinks he might have an idea, that he likes a thing.
Most of our kids go into what they're
go
there,
there.
but they don't have to.
Right.
We do have kids in construction's one of the areas they do something else. But a lot of them want to be able to build their own house someday or make their repairs.
But it also gives them an opportunity to find out if they don't like it.
Absolutely, that's part of it. We do test ahead of time, do a lot of testing in terms of something called career cruising. And so they think they have an interest, but it's, until you're there doing it.
You don't know.
You don't know for sure. Right. And so it's a great program, and we're very proud of it.
Coming up this next week, there's going to be a lot of celebration on the campus at 499 Range Road.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
Well, on Wednesday, people can come and take tours of Woodland or our VOCED programs. We'll be having Tuesday night all the school board members of the county coming for a dinner with John Austin, who's president of the State Board of Education. He'll be speaking. That Saturday, a week from that Saturday, that would be the 19th, I think it is, our Nature Center will be having events out there. Public can go out and participate. They are always welcome there, but we'll be doing some special events. So we have things going on all week.
Great. We didn't touch on the Nature Center. Touch on that for me.
Well, that was something
There's
Joe
some exciting
started
things there.
also. It was in a process of being wrapped up when I came on. We've added some land. It's 100 acres. It's got around 4 miles of trails. We have a very 4,000 square foot log cabin that we use for, the basement is a lab. Kids could do testing in, water quality and other things. And then the main floor has rooms. We have about 4,000 students during the school year come out. We offer sessions and things that they have to learn in school. Life in the canopy, wildlife, well, as I said, water quality, a variety of things. We have 2 employees who run it. In the summer, Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts are out there. And it's very pretty. The Pine River meanders through it. It's a very lovely setting. So it's something that adds to a quality of life, we think, in the county. And it's somewhere for students to learn about nature.
Certainly a lot of things accomplished in the first 50 years.
We think so, and we're looking forward, even though I won't be around for all of it, the next 50 years. We think we had a lot of value. I mean, our mission is to help the local school districts educate children. And where it's appropriate, we do something on our own. Often it's cooperating with them or helping them do it better.
How is RESA financially supported?
Well, we have a millage. In VOCAD, it's 80% property tax driven, which has been a problem recently.
Right now with everything going down.
Special ed's about 50%. General ed is mainly done through a small property tax, money from the state. And we actually have a lot of outside customers. I mentioned we do the county payroll. Well, we do 6 school districts in Oakland County pay us to do their business technology programming.
Wow.
BITech is what all the business things run off. And they actually pay us close to $500,000. One of the reasons we've avoided cuts in general ed is 15% of our revenue, which is about 1.3 or 1.4 million, comes from outside sources.
Wow, that's wonderful.
We do technology for the city of Marysville. We repair computers for Algonac, Fort Gratiot Township, that type of thing. So we've been forced to become entrepreneurs to some extent, and that's helped us a lot. Obviously, relying on property taxes for 80% of your money in VOCAD has not been good in the last 5 years.
Well, we salute you and everybody on the staff. It's been a very good success for the county of St. Clair.
Got a great staff. They're very dedicated. They care. They have passion, and it's an exciting place to work. I enjoy it.
I think I can see that in your face.
Thanks.
Dan, thanks very much. That's about it for this edition of the Roundtable. Till next time, I'm Paul Dingeman. CTV Channel 6 is proud to present the Roundtable. What's happening in the city, what's going to be coming up in the city. Roundtable gives us a chance to sit down with some celebrities, public officials, people who are important to the community.
In my 5th term.
Yeah, it worked out.
5.5 months as the sheriff.
We're a public agency.
We needed a program where we could have a little more in-depth time, find out more about them, who they are, what they're doing, find out what their thoughts are, and let you have a chance to get to know them a little better.